Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Paid to Trade. Thanks for joining me here again. Today, I'm going to be going over the charts. I'm going to be looking at NQ, kind of mapping out my trades for tomorrow. I want to show you that you can look at things ahead of time. So often, I do take trades on the fly, but things are still mapped out ahead of time. As you can see here, looking at my charts, this is all of the NASDAQ. You can see I have areas just already kind of mapped out. So it gives me an idea already of what I want to do. If we're going into, for instance, like here, if we're coming down into this area here, then I'm thinking possible reversal, or it could be a good spot to go ahead and add on to a short if I'm already in an existing short. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through and kind of talk about what I see, and I'm going to set up some alerts for myself, and that's it. Just take it from there. So I have the 5-minute, I have a 4-hour here, a 1-hour, and the daily. So looking at where we're at here on the daily. All right. So as far as what we did today, we had kind of a big move down. So tomorrow, let's see, as far as where we're starting out, could be an inside day, or we might see some continuation. What I was thinking is that we might base out here, and then maybe we start to go back up. So we'll have to see what happens. But if we run into this next little area here, okay, I would wait to see what happens. So if we start to stall out towards the top, could be time to go ahead and just snag a short. Yeah, so it depends on how the candles look. So if the candles are kind of respecting this area that I have here, which this isn't necessarily a zone, but it's definitely an area of interest. If they start to get smaller towards the top, then I'll probably end up going short, take a short from there, unless it's looking really bullish. So it kind of depends on how we get there. But I'm thinking we come back up into this area and then probably come back down here. And then I would think that we, hang out towards the bottom. And if we do, if we're holding in this area and holding towards the bottom, if it looks like a strong base, then I probably want to go long at that point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert for the middle of this zone. All right. So if we're at or above that price, I want to be notified. If we drop below, at or below, I want to be notified. So if we get above that, I want to know before we hit this zone here, because if we get as high as that, then I would expect a turnaround towards the bottom of this. Well, it's not a zone, but again, the bottom of this area. So what is that? 15204. So something like that. So I want to be notified. So that's the plan. All right. So the plan is we push up, we start to fizzle out right around here. I want to go ahead and go short. So I'll go short, and let's see, the top here is 151.11. The bottom is 150.78. So I'd like to capture a good amount of that move if I can, and then I'd probably scale out most of it and then hold a little bit for some continuation. Just keep it at break even. So that'll be the plan for that. If we turn around midpoint and just come down in here, that I'll be watching this. I'll probably set an alert for the bottom of the zone. I don't want to buy at the top of this this area here. I keep saying zone, sorry. I don't want to buy at the top of this. I'd rather buy towards the bottom. So unless we're kind of just hanging out, it kind of depends on how the candles look. So if it looks like it is more of a reversal, then I'll consider it. And then I can see maybe taking a long from here back towards the bottom of this. And so that would be about a 60-point move. So if I can capture at least half of that, that would be amazing. The whole thing, that'd be great too. But, with futures, you don't need a lot to get a lot. 20 points, that will take you a long way. So that's it. So that's what we're looking at. These are going to be the buy and sell points. Now, if I wake up and we've blown through this and we're kind of hovering around the bottom, then I might consider taking it short. So I'd go short from the bottom and take it on down and see how far we can get that. Let's see if we look on the 4-hour. Okay, so leaving that area, I mean, this is a steep drop. I don't think we see that this week. But there's some spots here where we can probably stall out. So top of that is going to be 148.50. So that'd be a nice move. It'd be about 120 points from the bottom of this area here. Yeah, so 149.70 down to 148.50. So about 120 points. Okay, so that is the game plan. So as you can see, it's 6/21, so June 21st. It's 5:20. So futures market is moving right now. It's the after hours. It's the evening session. So I'll let it do its thing, and we'll see what it brings tomorrow. But all that's planned out. So the goal is to continue this video tomorrow, and where we're at, we'll go ahead and see if this lines up with our ideas. And then I'll show you how it pans out. So I am back. Well, thanks for tuning in. It's 4:37 p.m. It's June 22nd, so it's Thursday. And so now we're in the next after-hour session for futures. So look at what happened. All right. So don't want to toot my own horn, but I was kind of right. Let's see. When I recorded, it was right around here. It was like 5:20, I believe, something like that. So I had originally thought that we'd pop up here, and then I was hoping I can get a short to come down here. That didn't happen. We ended up just selling off all night, but we ended up basing out right along the bottom of this zone that was already mapped out. So it's perfect opportunity to go long, and you can see it provided a few different opportunities to go along with the base of this. And then what a day we had. So if you're able to catch this move, and if you were able to hold on for your dear life, that was quite the move. We're talking, close to 200 points, I believe. Yeah, about 250 points. So it's quite the move. But as you can see, look how this panned out. It created a base towards the bottom of this zone. And I think this looked pretty good for a long. And so with that, this is something you can take with pretty low risk, getting in at 149.73 or 149.74 and having like a 5 or 10 point stop. That would have worked out just fine. And even on this candle here, the low of this candle was 149.70. So if you're in that 74, 10 point stop, you had that covered. So even trading micros, lower your risk. 5 micros even, you're only risking $100. But this never went more than $40 or $50 against you if you were trading like that. Trading minis, depending on what your tolerance is, that's still, not too bad. 1 or 2 minis, you're looking at risking somewhere between 200 to 400 for this kind of a move. And the move, I want to say it was 30 points, 35 points to get to the top of this area here. So you risk 400 to make 1,400. So that's not too bad. And you can do it a couple times. As you see, here's once, here's twice. If you're bold enough, you can also play the short, from up here back down to here. But I was liking the long play from the base of that. But as you see, we were given a few different opportunities. And then even once the market opened, came back down. Now, I was thinking maybe that was it and this was going to go, but we snapped right back up. And so once you saw that, then it was pretty clear that you wanted to take this long for a nice continuation. So, and the goal was to get from this area here up to the next one. And that was definitely a success. And then some. As you can see, we just continued on for the rest of the day. So definitely a nice solid move. So the question is now where are we at for tomorrow, right? What's Friday going to bring? So that's what I'm looking at right now. We're coming into these other spots. These areas or levels are kind of mapped out from previous. And so they're not exact, but it's definitely something that I would want to keep on the radar. Um, so I'll be watching those tomorrow for places to either add on or take profit, depending on when I end up getting in the market and kind of what the market's showing tomorrow. So we'll just take that um, day by day, right? But looks like we're holding this. So ideally, I'd like to see us kind of hold this box. Maybe we end up coming back down and base out towards the bottom, and then hopefully we just get some continuation and go up. I don't think we're going to sell off back down to here. I don't think after this kind of a move, but we'll see. So the question is, are we going to start making some new highs or what? This overall looks pretty bullish. So we'll see. This was quite the move, though. If we look at this on the weekly, let's see how our week's looking. All right. So on the weekly, it seems like we might finish up close to where we're at. So maybe we play around in between here. I don't know. I'm actually not too sure about tomorrow. But I'll take it as it comes. So, if we end up above this box here, I'm going to want to go long. If we end up below it, and if we're hanging out underneath, maybe I'll go short and see if we come back down to this area here. But I got a feeling that no matter what, we might end up where we're at here, maybe towards the top, which, let's see, this week opened up at 15,303. So that would put us right around here. So that could be it. But tomorrow, I guess, time will tell. We will see what happens. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and kind of listening to me as far as what I'm looking at, how you can actually map out your own levels, map out your trades. That way you have a better idea when the market's running full force. Because when it's moving so fast, sometimes you just want to hop on the bandwagon, and just try to ride the wave. But if you don't have a good entry, or if you don't really know what the full story of the market and what the market's doing, then that can be pretty tough to do and do it well, with some good accuracy. So it's good to have a plan and have an idea of the bigger picture of what's happening. And just so you know, this is applicable to whatever it is that you're trading. So whether you're trading futures, options, or regular stocks or Forex, it doesn't matter. The point is just finding these areas that are important for the market, areas of interest or zones. Aside from having key levels, like you see I have mapped out here, that's important too. But knowing where there's going to be a lot of buying and selling, where you're going to see something possibly turn around, or you're going to see us loading up on something and it's time to take off. And so when it's mapped out and then you see that activity happening, then you know what to do. You have a better idea. And this paints a good picture as far as what your stop loss is. So what you can give it. And so getting in towards the bottom or the top of these areas really helps you limit your risk and manage your risk. And that's what you want. When you're entering any kind of a trade, you're looking for like the best deal and, a way to save yourself money. You don't want to lose money. And so doing this helps you not to lose so much. And you will find yourself finding more winners when everything's just mapped out. And honestly, it just makes it easier. It makes it less stressful because you kind of know what to expect. And, whatever the market's doing, you just take a play according to how it's bouncing off of these areas. It makes it so much easier. Like right now, we're pushing down. So let's see what happens once it reaches down here. We're going to base out, then we might see some continuation. But if we start breaking below, then we would look for a retest of the bottom, and it's time to go short. So it makes it simple. So I think doing something like this would probably improve your accuracy. I know it's done that for me. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments, drop that down in the section below. I'd love to see what you guys think, see what you think of my technical analysis. I look forward to hearing from you, and thanks again for tuning in. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I would appreciate that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.